Alright, so this is going to be a little different. I'm going to change at least the cotton, because this thing isn't working too well at the moment. And the way we do this is we just unscrew this bottom piece. Sometimes it's a little difficult. It's got a little juice on it, so it's a bit slippery. There we go. So there it is. It looks okay, doesn't it? Everything looks pretty nice in there. Well, I don't know how well you can see it, but that's what's going on. It's a little bit of a burning sensation here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take, see, that cotton really isn't wet down there. So I'm going to remove this cotton. Sorry for all the jiggling. There we go. Seems all right. So this is my favorite tank, actually. It's the Kylin-M. M for mesh. And it's relatively new. I usually don't buy tanks when they're brand new. I wait and hear what the problems are. But this one got some rave reviews. And I made a little bit of a modification. I don't use the regular coils that come supplied with the tank itself. I bought myself some mesh wire and I cut it to size. And I made it a little, let me see if we can get this right here. It's going to be hard to see. I made this distance between this bottom piece here, this bottom white piece that has spring loaded. I made the distance a little shorter by cutting down the length of this coil, this piece of mesh. So I cut off about a millimeter to make it a little tighter between that block and the coil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with two of these together to see how that works. Now my method is I put the bottom of the tweezer on the block and depress it, and then I grab the cotton and pull it as I'm depressing. It can be depressing. Here I'm pushing it and always applying some downward pressure on the cotton as I try to bring it through. It's difficult enough without doing this on camera, so my apologies. There we go. So we've got plenty of cotton in there. Make sure we're not all bent out of shape. And I'm just going to comb out the ends a little bit. It got a little wet as I put it in there because this is a used tank. Now the trick really is that you need plenty of cotton. So I don't want to comb it out too much, but just enough so that it's not jammed in those wells. Alright, let me get my scissors here and give it a little haircut like that. And on this side, about like that. And get rid of all this garbage. Okay. So now, I'm going to tuck these right in there. Right in the wells. And you can see how it's right down in here. You can, hopefully, you can see that it's fairly loose. And I'm going to play with a little bit here. Now I'm going to do the other side. I'll do it this way so maybe you can see better what's going on. I pinch it and I tuck it. I pinch it and I tuck it. Pinch, tuck. Pinch, tuck. And you want this space to be not packed. You want that tweezer to be able to enter there very easily. So there we go. And I'm going to wet that a little bit. Get the juices flowing, as they say. So that looks pretty good. It's, you can see it soaking right down into the base. Same on this side. It's very absorbent cotton. I wish I could tell you what kind it is, but it's a no-name brand of cotton. I'm not a subscriber to the fancy stuff. I found that after a puff or two, it all tastes the same. Okay. Make sure it's nice and wet there. So now, we'll put it back together. Let me get the... It's probably due for a clean. Look at how easy this Kylin is to put together. You just put it on top and twist it until it's snug. Now we're going to fill it up. Like that. And we'll put the cap on. This is the only thing I don't like about this tank, is that it's a complete screw tank, complete screw top. I prefer those tanks that you only give it about a quarter to a half a twist and it's on. Actually, my favorite is the smock, so you can do it with one hand. You don't have to fool around with holding the tank cap in your hand. It just swivels off to the side. And the new smock designs have the gasket in the top portion of the cap, so it's a better seal and more likely to not give you any leaking issues. So here we go. We're going to screw this onto our favorite mod of the moment, which is the Aegis Geek Vape Legend. We'll give it 5 clicks. And she didn't turn on. There you go. 5 clicks on. And we can see that we're in TCR mode. Batteries are getting a little low. The coil is a 0.15 coil. And we're going to be vaping it at 235 degrees C. We've got our wattage at 59. Doesn't take much for these coils. And a TCR value of 100. Normal stainless steel, I believe, is 93, but 100 seems to work pretty good. So let's give it a try. Pretty good. That's the Kylin-M tank on the Geek Vape Aegis Legend. That's a nice. Next time.